Hello everyone, it's We Do a Little Trolling, and I am here with the long-awaited Q&A too, so sorry about the delay. Anyway, let's get right into it. This is actually a question that I was asked in the previous Q&A, and the answer is that it varies on the length of the incident, but on average it probably takes around 4 to 5 hours tops. That's for drawing all of the scenes, generating the voices, adding the music and sound effects, and then editing them all together. In case you are wondering, the last incident I made, which was the Blood Forest incident, took several days of this to create. Now that's a good question, and well, I had originally planned to set up private live streams on my channel for those of you who became a member, but to this day, 6 months after setting up the memberships, I actually still have yet to see members show up, so I might consider taking that whole idea down in general, but I'll tell you what, remember, if this channel gets to 5k subs by the 1st of July, I will do a face reveal, and I might just start to do live streams for everyone to watch on this channel, where I will use my mic and webcam for the full experience. Take that as a sub incentive. As a matter of fact, yes to both parts. I won't name the channel, but sometime around last November I discovered that someone was taking and re-uploading several of my popular incidents, as well as that of other Trollge creators' incidents on their channel, and I had to address this with them as it was copyright infringement. Thankfully the channel agreed to take the re-uploaded incidents down and start over, and we are cool now. I also saw that another user remade my scary pictures incident, and when I mentioned it, they became very apologetic about it. Now here's the thing. And listen up. You guys are free to do remix of my incidents as much as you want, just as long as you credit me. I think this particular user thought I was offended by the remake, but I wasn't. In fact, in some ways I was a little flattered that someone enjoyed my incident so much that they wanted to make their own version of it. So hear my words. You guys are free to remake my incidents as long as you make your own version without copying the story exactly. This could be making a different version of a similar story to my incident, or adding some things that were not already there. And also credit me somewhere, like at the end or in the video title or description. But yes, you can remake my incidents. I also wanted to address this fully, and I made a community post about this some time back. You guys can re-upload my incidents or parts of my incidents under certain conditions. If you want to make a reaction or commentary video about my incidents, you can re-upload the whole incident as long as you credit me clearly somewhere, or if you want to use clips of my video for your own projects or other stuff, you can do that as well, once again so long as you credit me, and yeah. That's that. Anyway, that was a long answer, let's move on to the next question. Another good question, and to be honest, I have no idea. I've heard that Trollge has actually been dying lately, which is a little sad, but I hope it can keep going for at least a little longer. I will say though, and I addressed this earlier as well, I'm not currently working on Trollge QnA as much as I used to because I have a lot more going on now, but I still work on it when I have time and nothing else to do. So it will probably go on for a while longer on this channel. I will say that it won't go on forever. Unfortunately, depending on what time I get my business that I keep mentioning in the works going, this may or may not be my last full year doing Trollge, or I might keep going next year. Really, the short answer is that only time will tell. This is another question I answered before, and it's because I began watching the Trollge incidents on YouTube around April of 2023. I had seen them in my recommendations since 2022, and at first they looked dumb, but when I started watching them, I became very interested in them, and I looked for ways to make my own, and here I am now almost 1 year later. This question is very open-ended, because there are just so many different Trollge creators on YouTube with so many different styles of incidents, and on a slight side note, I've always been amazed to see how each Trollge creator seems to have their own unique way of making Trollge incidents, and no two channels seems to be the same. It's almost like each channel has its own personality that it puts into the incidents. But bringing it back to the question, I have only watched a few other Trollge channels, and I really don't have a strong opinion either way because I always keep an open mind. But I will say that there are some channels that I tend to gravitate more towards than others because I am particularly fond of their incidents, and some of those are Blub, King Trollge, and Jincidents. You know what? This has actually never crossed my mind, but I would actually be open to trying this one day, so let me say this, if any one of you has an idea for a longer Trollge incident that they want to work on with me, feel free to reach out to me and let me know. I would be willing to give it a try. I already answered part of this question previously. And it's that a few years ago I started seeing Trollge pop up in my YouTube recommendations, so yeah, I found Trollge on YouTube. I wasn't even aware of the social media presence that Trollge had until just recently actually. I know I've kind of delayed this one for a while, and to tell the truth, I started it, and then I started working on the Blood Forest and finished that once, and to this day I have yet to get back to it, but lately I've started getting more background for the incident on Gmod, so I'm starting to get back into it now. Expect it to be out around or by the end of March. I also wanted to announce that I will be doing a special incident for my birthday which is coming up in just a few weeks now, so stay tuned for that as well. As for your other question, I will happily take your incident request or suggestion if you let me know what happens in it or the steps. If you have a specific idea for how you want the unknown killer incident to go, you can let me know what you want to see. I will also say that the behind the camera story is over. That was a short series that I acutely didn't plan to make into a series to begin with, but because of the hype and popularity around the original, I decided I would make a sequel about another group of friends who have the same experience, and then I would make the prequel that answered all the questions, and that was that. If by that question you are asking why I haven't been uploading as much, I touched upon this briefly earlier. I have a lot more things that I am working on nowadays around trying to make more money on YouTube to fund my business, which is what I've decided is the big thing that I want to accomplish in my life, so I have been working on Trollge a little less than I was last year. But I still get back to it when I have the time, only because I enjoy making these incidents and interacting with all of you guys, so I still do this on the side. But yes, unfortunately my Trollge incidents are slowing down a little bit. And that was all the questions I had this time around. I hope my answers were satisfactory and insightful. Depending on how things go from here, Q&A 3 will probably happen around mid-June, so stay tuned for that. Until then, thanks for tuning in. I will see you all again real soon. This was We Do a Little Trolling. Peace out.